Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to go over a new article off of tabstocks.com released yesterday, actually. It shows 3 hours ago, but it actually came out, I saw, I think late last night. This was shared, I think, on the Facebook group and on Stock Twits or both. So I wanted to go through this, and then also want to share something else with you at the end. Not going to break the charts down because it is pre-market currently. It's 7:25 Central Standard Time. You've seen the charts last night, so it'll be interesting to see how we open up this morning to see if we can keep that run moving. Okay, so it said this TabStocks article takes an in-depth look at the relevance of the Moskowitz connection and the likelihood of a big Zion oil discovery. It says it may have escaped your notice, but Zion Oil and Gas released some telling news on May 11th, 2022. In Zion's press release regarding its operational update, it appears that Jeff Moskowitz, the Vice President and Managing Director in Israel, was sending a big message to investors. Zion Oil and Gas updated referenced its number 428 license in Israel. Zion stated, Zion Oil and Gas files for a new exploration license in the Megiddo Jezreel Valley on the same 99,000 acres as the previous 401 license and the current 428 license. Pre-commencement of testing its MJ2 well, news of Zion's intentions to drill a further well is a bold move, a move that should give confidence to Zion Oil and Gas investors. Moskowitz stated on behalf of Zion Oil and Gas the following: this new exploration license application will further our current and future work plans in Israel. It appears that the operations of Zion Oil and Gas have given them confidence enough to further their future plans. The use of the word further tells me that oil has been discovered. If oil, and a lot of oil, has not been discovered, the new permit Zion seeks to drill another well would likely not be granted. And that's a good point there, because the Ministry of Israel had kind of came out and said basically they're not going to grant any new permits unless a company comes to them and says that they found something. For a new license to be granted to drill another well to explore for oil at this pre-testing stage must be based on sound information that Israeli Ministry of Energy are privy to. Given the current climate of Israel going all green due to the climate change agenda, Zion must have hit the mother lode of all oil discoveries. Of course, since Israel's new government stated they will not issue new onshore oil exploration or oil production permits, we later found out that this did not relate to existing license holders. Nevertheless, under Israel's petroleum law of further drilling, Zion Oil and Gas needs to show good evidence that it has discovered oil from MJ2 for its chances of being granted a permit to drill another well. Of course, you might argue that testing had not began at the time of its press release on May 11, 2022, and with the war in Ukraine, the world is in dire need of oil supplies. We have seen the price of crude oil exceed $120 a barrel post-lockdown. Has Israel changed its tune regarding oil? Moreover, in light of the top secret information only that Zion Oil and Gas knew about, and it comes down to say the Moskowitz connection, all well testing, completion, stimulation equipment, or at the port, or on location in Israel for the next phase of Zion's operations. Okay, he stated that there is something to stimulate, and it appears coming testing operations is going to be huge. As Donald Trump would say, big, huge, or huge. Recent pictures from the well site shows more massive tanks and other equipment being set up on site. As this is taking place, with the 2022 annual shareholder meeting next week, the Zion Oil and Gas share price has reached 31 cents at the time of writing. There's something really big brewing, and everyone seems to be coming to the party. So who is Moskowitz, and does his connections hold the key to a massive black gold oil discovery? He's a certified attorney in Israel with over 30 years experience, primarily in the areas of corporate and commercial law. He served as an attorney and house legal counsel at Core Industries, a major Israeli industrial concern. For over 10 years, he's been providing Zion Oil and Gas legal advice regarding various aspects of operations in Israel. He's developed an expertise in all aspects related to the Israeli oil and gas industry, including helping to guide exploration companies such as Zion through the complexities in governmental permitting and regulatory issues. And then they give the source there. That'll be, I guess that's where they pulled all that information from. And there you have it. Moskowitz is Zion's main man in Israel. It says he organizes the complexities of governmental permitting and regulatory issues. He is Zion's Mr. Fix-It. In other words, he is unlikely to tarnish his good standing in the business world and a relationship with Israel government if he knew full well Zion Oil and Gas did not have oil. Let's see. He has extensive experience working with the Israeli Securities Authority and the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange that serve as a very valuable asset in assisting with corporate strategy and implementation since 2008. He also assisted Martin M. Van Brauman, Zion's corporate secretary, treasurer, SVP, in establishing and maintaining the Joseph Foundation, an Israeli charity. So you see, not only does he have important government connections, he has connections with the Israeli Securities Authority on the stock exchange. Then it goes on to say Moskowitz and his connection to Core Industries. Says once a socialist vision, now a model of capitalism, Core Industries is Israel's leading holding company. Core's core business includes its holding in agrochemicals, telecommunications equipment, and finance. The company's venture capital arm has invested in telecom, semiconductors, and software companies. Core Industries also has operations in tourism, real estate, and trade. IDB Holding Corp owns about 3/4 of Core. The company was founded to provide employment for Jewish refugees during World War II, and there's the source of that information. Note that Core has connections with Credit Suisse, and Core has its own venture capital arm. This means that when Zion Oil and Gas requires funding to further its testing and drilling of another well, those in the know are likely to splash the cash with the help of, you guessed it, the main man, Jeff Moskowitz. If you're choosing footballers for your team, Moskowitz is the Maradona, Pele, and Ronaldo all in one. And there you have it, the Moskowitz connection. Once the largest conglomerates in Israel, Core is now a privately owned company by DIC of Israel. They were once the largest conglomerates in the Middle East back in the 1990s, with holdings in tech, manufacturing, chemical, finance, tourism, and more. The company's shares trade on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol KOR, and today it's a private company, wholly owned by the Discount Investment Corporation of Israel. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to link this in the description below. I got about 60% of the way of this information here. This is actually, you know, I kind of give Tabstock sometimes a hard time on some of their articles. This one I actually really enjoy reading. It's something, a lot of really good information, some good sources cited. So, like I said, if you want to read the rest, this is linked in the description below. So go ahead and take a look at that. I also want to take a look at something that was shared online. This was shared on StockTwits yesterday, or last night actually, around 10 p.m. And it's something that kind of makes you think a little bit. It says, post number 49020, and it says, not scared of the SEC, massive fiscal support after 3D. It's not a person, in my honest opinion, it's an entity. Think about who had daily access to every data set, including physical samples from day one. There you have it. We can't ignore the elephant in the room. The Israeli Sovereign Wealth Fund has some cash to burn. Why burn cash for what is not valuable? And then quotes Matthew 13:44. So interesting there that they posted that. I was kind of like, makes you think a little bit. So anyway, all of this is, at this point, like we said yesterday, everything right now coming from every different avenue of, different investors and everything at this point is speculation. Okay. Good thing for us is everything currently right now is positive speculation. Now it's up to the company. The ball is in their court to come out and provide relevant information, solid information to propel the stock higher. So everyone has, you know, all the reasons in the world to be excited. We have a lot of, you know, ton of people invested, ton of people following the stock. A lot of people are just starting to hear about the stock too, and getting really excited about it. The buzz is clicking online. So now again, it's up to them. What are they going to do next week? We don't know. Have to kind of wait and see. And I'm really curious to see how we end up today as far as stock price goes. If we do move higher today, I will probably make a follow-up video and do some technical analysis on the stock. If it just kind of chills out at about 31, 32 cents, I probably won't. But if we do get a decent move today, then I'll probably break down some technical analysis on it. I will also have a video about the overall markets in general later this afternoon as well, so take a look for that. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you in this video. Let me know your comments below. Other than that, we will catch you in the next one.